Yeah, okay, hello everyone, and today I want to again practice speaking and reading in English. And today in day 79, topic is about finding the right balance. Daniel, hey Husni, are you still studying? Husni, yeah. Daniel, it's already late. I know. I knew. Um, Daniel, how long have you been studying? A few hours. A few hours? Yeah. What have you been studying? Programming. Again? Yeah, again. Don't you get tired? Of course I do. Then why are you still studying? Because I want to improve. Yeah, I understand that. But sometimes I think you're pushing yourself too hard. What makes you think that? You study almost every day. Isn't that a good thing? It is. Then what's the problem? Studying every day isn't the problem. What is? Studying without taking a proper break. I do take breaks. When? When I am tired. That's not always enough. What do you mean? Sometimes you need a break before you're completely exhausted. True. You can always wait until your brain stops working. Fair point. What are you trying to achieve? I want to become a developer. That's a big goal. Yeah, I know. How long to how long do you think it will take? I don't know. Months? A years? Maybe several years? Possibly. So you don't have an exact timeline? Not really. Is that frustrating? Sometimes. Why? Because I want to see progress. What kind of progress? I want to be able to look at my code and feel like I'm getting better. Do you think you're getting better? Yes. How do you know? Problems that used to confuse me now seem easier. That's progress. Sometimes I don't notice it. Why? Because I always looking at what I still don't know. That's a common problem. I learn something new, and then I discover five more things I don't understand exactly. So it feels like I'm not making progress, but actually, I'm learning more easily. I think that's one of the hardest parts of learning programming. What's that? You become more aware of how much you don't know. That's actually a sign of growth. Why? Because beginners often don't know what they don't know. That's true. As you learn more, you start seeing the big picture, and the big picture is complicated, very complicated. Yeah, it's scary. It can be, but also interesting. Exactly. What do you usually do when you feel overwhelmed? I usually stop for a while. Good. Then I try to identify the actual problem. What do you mean? Sometimes I feel overwhelmed because I'm thinking about too many things at once. For example, PHP okay, Laravel okay, JavaScript okay, database okay, that's already lots. Then Git more, then job application, there you go. Then English, that's definitely lots. So what do you do? I prioritize how I said what is most important right now and what isn't. I put it aside temporarily. That's difficult, very. Why? Because I feel like I should learning everything immediately. But it's impossible. I know. Knowing that and accepting it are different things. You're right. What are you focusing on right now? Backend development, specifically PHP and Laravel. Good. I still want to learn everything else, of course, but I don't want to keep jumping from one technology to another. That's a good decision. I want to build a stronger foundation first. What does a stronger foundation mean to you? Understanding programming concept, database, HTTP, APIs, authentication, and how backend application work. That's much better than just memorizing formal feature. Exactly. Do you ever compare yourself with other developers? Yes. How does that make you feel? Sometimes motivated and sometimes insecure. Why? I see people who can building things that I can't build yet. What do you tell yourself? Sometimes I think I'm too far behind, and is that actually true? Probably not. Why? Because everyone starts at a different point. Exactly. But it's hard not to compare. I know, especially then you see people sharing their achievement online. That's another problem. What do you mean? You usually see the results, not the process. Exactly. You see something getting a job, but you don't see all the application they send. You see someone building an impressive project, but you don't see all the failed projects. You see someone becoming successful, but you don't see all the years they spend learning. That's true. So, what will you compare my current self with my past self? Exactly. It's easier said than done, of course, but it's healthier, definitely. You don't have any hobbies outside programming, not as many as I used to. Why? I've been focusing on my career. That's understandable, but I think I need more balance. I agree. Sometimes I forget that life isn't only about works. Exactly. Learning is important. Yes, work is important. Yes, but rest is important too. Absolutely. What do you know? What do you do when you're not working? I go outside. That's it. Sometimes. What else? I watch movie. What kind? Usually comedy. Why comedy? Because I don't want to think too much. Fair enough. Sometimes I meet friends good, and sometimes I just do nothing. What do you mean do nothing? I don't know, but it's for me is chill. Then you feel guilty. I used to, and now I understand that the rest isn't waste time. It's a good way to see it. Imagine your phone battery is of 5%. Okay, will you keep using it? I'd probably charge it. Exactly. So people need to recharge too. Exactly. Okay, that's actually a good analogy. Your brain is not a machine that can run forever. Even true programmers sometimes treat it like one, especially programmers. Fair enough. What do you want your routine to look like? I want something sustainable. What does sustainable mean to you? Sometimes I can continue for a long time without burning out. Good, maybe a few focus hours every day. It's better than studying the 10 hours once and then doing nothing for 3 days. Exactly, consistency matters more than intensity. Usually, that's probably why daily practice works. Exactly. You know what's interesting? What? I've been practicing English almost every day too. Really? Yes. For how long? Quite a while now. Has it helped? Definitely. How? I feel more comfortable speaking. Even you make mistakes. Yes, that's important. I used to worry about every sentence, and now I focus more on communication, the idea. That's a progress. So maybe the same principle applies to programming. What principles? Don't wait until you're perfect. Just keep practicing, exactly build something, then improve it, make mistakes, and then learn from them. Keep going. Exactly. I think I need this conversation. Why? Because sometimes I focus so much on how far I still have to go and forget how far I've already come. That's important. I don't want to stop chasing my goals. You shouldn't. But I also don't want to destroy myself trying to reach them. Exactly, I want to build a life I actually enjoy. That's the goal, not just a career, a career that is part of that life. Exactly. So what should I do tonight? Close your laptop? Seriously? Yeah, seriously. And then get some rest. What about my unfinished task? It will still be there tomorrow. That's true. And you'll probably solve it faster after resting. You might be right. I usually am. I usually I am. Don't get too confident. Too late. Come on. Okay. Tomorrow we continue one day at a time. Yeah, one day at a time. One goal at a time. Yeah, one goal at a time. One step at a time. Exactly. Alright. Good night, Gunil, and good night to Husni. Thanks for the conversation. Anytime. See you tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow. And thank you.